Sometimes life enters a season that makes no sense. Doors close, plans fall apart, opportunities disappear, and the future you once imagined suddenly feels uncertain.
You pray, you wait, you hope for a sign that things will change, but instead there is silence. And in that silence, a question begins to grow inside your mind. Where is God in all of this?
Because when life feels stuck, it's easy to assume nothing is happening. But what if something is happening? What if the silence you're experiencing is not absence, but preparation?
What if behind the scenes, beyond what you can see, something is already be arranged in your favor?
Some of the most difficult moments in life are the quiet ones, the seasons where progress feels invisible. You wake up every day doing your best. You continue showing up. You continue believing.
But the results you hope for haven't arrived yet. And slowly doubt begins to whisper. Maybe you missed your chance. Maybe things won't change. Maybe this is just how life will always be.
But silence does not mean abandonment. Silence does not mean the story is over. In fact, many of the most important chapters in life are written during the quiet seasons. Because while you're waiting, something deeper is happening inside you. Your patience is growing, your perspective is changing, your strength is developing in ways you couldn't have imagined before. And even though you can't see it yet, those changes are preparing you for what comes next. Think about a seed planted beneath the soil. For weeks, nothing appears on the surface. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. But beneath the ground, something incredible is taking place. Roots are forming, structure is developing, the foundation for growth is being built. And without that hidden preparation, the plant would never survive once it reaches the surface. Life often works the same way. Before breakthroughs appear externally, preparation happens internally. Skills develop, character strengthens, wisdom grows.
And the person you are becoming slowly evolves into the person capable of carrying the blessing you've been praying for. Because sometimes the delay is not punishment. Sometimes the delay is protection. Protection from opportunities you weren't ready for yet. Protection from outcomes that would have overwhelmed you. Preparation always precedes elevation. Faith is easy when everything is working out. It's easy to believe when the answers arrive quickly. But true faith reveals itself in uncertainty. It appears in the moments where you keep going, even when you don't have all the answers. Faith means trusting that your life is still moving forward, even when the path looks unclear.
It means believing that closed doors might be guiding you toward better ones. It means holding on to hope even when your circumstances try to convince you otherwise. Because faith is not the denial of difficulty.
Peace begins to replace panic. Trust begins to replace doubt. And slowly you realize that even when life feels uncertain, you are not walking through it alone.
Then one day something changes. A door opens, an opportunity appears, a conversation leads to new direction, and suddenly the pieces begin to connect.
The delay that once frustrated you now makes sense. The struggle that once confused you now reveals its purpose. You begin to see how the difficult season shaped your character, how the waiting period strengthened your patience, how the quiet moments gave you clarity you didn't have before, and you realize something incredible. While you thought nothing was happening, everything was being prepared. The opportunities, the growth, the strength you needed to step into the next chapter of your life.
So if you are in a season right now where life feels uncertain, where answers seem delayed, where progress feels invisible, just because you can't see movement doesn't mean nothing is happening. Some of the most important work in your life happens behind the scenes.
Your story is still unfolding. Your path is still developing. And the same faith that carried you this far will continue guiding you forward.
One day you may look back at this exact moment and realize something powerful. The season you thought was empty was actually full of preparation. This season may not be about receiving more. It may be about refining you, refining your patience, refining your faith, refining your identity. The silence you feared was actually building strength, and the waiting you struggled with was quietly aligning the next chapter of your life. And one day, what was built in private will sustain you in public. So if nothing seems to be moving right now, not everything that feels like silence, assume alignment. Some silence is sacred construction.
So keep going. Keep trusting. Because even now, behind the scenes, something greater is already in motion.